Hello everyone and welcome into a brand new episode of Random Rosters here on youtube.com/Seannosaurus. It is NFL 2K3. It is week 3 of NFL 2K3. Thank you so much for joining me today. Hopefully it's a good episode. Every Tuesday, 7 actually. I'm pushing it back to 7 a.m. Pacific time. That way it's just up an hour later. You can catch Random Rosters here on the channel. So be sure to scroll down, subscribe, ring the bell. You'll be notified when I post new videos. Thank you so much for helping me hit 2,000 subscribers. I appreciate it as we start to wind down the year 2023. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Let's enjoy some football. We have 3 matchups for you today, as we always do. We're going to check out the Kansas City Chiefs playing the New England Patriots, the San Diego Chargers taking on the Arizona Cardinals, and the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Atlanta Falcons. So why waste any time? Let's jump in. Oops, I have to hit advance. Sean, hello? Yeah, goof.
It's
absolute goof. ESPN. I'm on the right. Okay, good. On the right.
Thanks to them, their pass
overall
defense
8th,
is ranked at number 10
7th
in the
passing
NFL.
offense.
They will be going up against a team with
Overall, the
strengths
New England
versus the
Patriots
who
3rd,
come in with a dominating
17th
secondary.
rushing
They
offense,
possess
but
the
top
ability to
5
shut down most
everywhere
middle
else.
passing attacks
They
and
only had
completely
1
disrupt
Super Bowl
offensive
victory at the
coordinators'
time,
game
which is
plan.
kind
We'll
of
see how it
wild to
unfolds
think
with
about.
Dan Stevens and Peter O'Keefe out in Foxborough.
Hello, and we have got a windy one here
Ooh,
at
a windy one.
CMGI Field. I'm Dan Stevens with Peter O'Keefe. Peter, how about giving us the lowdown?
Well, here you have a coach and one of his players on the secondary, and together they do a great job of shutting down the pass. Bill Belichick is going to field a decent pass defense today. The DBs draw a pretty good beat on
decent pass
receivers, and the
defense.
linebackers do
Zach
their
Thomas
share
in the
as
middle
well.
line
On
at the
other side,
linebacker
we have
position.
the guy who makes his coach look good. Zach Thomas comes in showing a knack for knowing when the play is going
Honestly,
to be a run,
very weird to see
when
Bill
it's gonna be a
Belichick in this
pass.
game. He is not. I don't believe he's in the Coaches Association, so it's always just some random guy.
Pickoff.
Peter, thanks. It's time now for the coin toss.
Because, of course, why wouldn't Bill Belichick be the most weird about everything ever? All right. This game actually just happened yesterday. Kansas City won, kind of an ugly one.
And we're ready to start the game.
But it wasn't as ugly as the game that followed it, which was the Dallas Cowboys getting absolutely spanked. Shout out to Big Willies in the background.
It's ready for the opening.
Absolutely spanked in Buffalo. And it's kind of wild to see, like, the hype. Oh, no one wants to face Buffalo. It's like, well, I mean, they do.
In the end zone, and he downs it. We will start up at the 20.
So here we go. Game number 1. Have we had Kansas City on before? Oh, God. So here's the problem. I recorded a whole episode that I didn't use in a different game, and that has thrown me off.
They line up with their tight end left. Collins from the gun.
Oh, Kerry Collins. Okay. I see number 5, and I was thinking Donovan McNabb, but yeah, Kerry Collins. Okay.
Let's
All
go
right.
over the starting offensive players for the
That's a
Chiefs.
good start for the
Let's
Kansas City
begin with the
offense as they find a
offensive
nice gain on the left side. We'll take a look at this offensive line.
More time.
Next up, the receiving core.
Randy
Breaks the
Moss.
game wide open when he gets the ball. So far this season, he's averaged 101 yards on 6 catches a game.
And lastly,
Really?
the man who calls the plays,
Oh, wow,
and the
Amon
guys who
Green.
back him up.
Amon Green puts on a good show with these other two. On the ground this season, he's averaged 32 yards and around a fumble a game.
Okay, back to the action.
Why would you point out the fumble a game? I believe both these teams are 1-1.
It's 2nd and 2.
But it sounded like they said that Randy Moss averaging 100 yards
Tight end.
a game, which is wild. All right, 2nd down and 2. He'll hand the ball off. He'll go left side. Springs it wide. Oh, my goodness. He's off to the races into New England territory, and he'll be driven out of bounds at the 48-yard line. Video game animation.
Jesse Coleman started the ball rolling by delivering a punishing block. Watch this.
Oh, boy.
What a nice stop. Took him out of the play altogether.
Yeah, he took him so far out of the play, he might need to petition the league to get back in.
Nice one.
He just replayed. Like, it's like such a good idea. I love the presentation of it and everything, but like What? He blocked a man who was already being blocked? It's the block of the century.
The Chiefs have a first.
So Kansas City with a monster run again on that left side. And they find themselves in New England territory. 1st and 10 from the 48. Play action pass, throws and finds who else but Randy Moss for a massive 30-yard gain or 27-yard gain or so. You're starting to see why Randy Moss would be averaging 100 yards a game. Really nice play there to get him wide open over the middle of the field and then just let him go. Let Randy do his thing on the other end. And this Kansas City offense could be dangerous. Going to be interested to see if New England can make some adjustments to take this stuff away. 13 receptions, already over 200 yards this season. Don't know if that counts the reception he just had, but they did say he was averaging about 100 yards per game. There's it out. Oh, wow. Okay. Not sure where that was going there as we take a look at this New England defense. This is what we need. We need first drives from these teams to not end in turnovers so we can see both lineups.
Next up are the linebackers.
Zach Thomas,
Jamar Miller, Greg Favors,
The secondary.
Mike McKenzie, Philip Buchanan,
Let's get back to the game.
Brock Marion. 2nd down and 10.
Ball at the 21-yard line.
Collins drops and throws over the middle. Missed a diving receiver. Was well overthrown in the first place. A little surprised he went in there trying to find a spot in between 4 defenders. And it is 3rd and 10.
3rd and 10.
382 yards, 2 touchdowns to 3 interceptions this season. And if you're talking about a running back that's maybe fumbling the ball once per game, it's a lot of turnovers. It's 2 turnovers a game as we see a touchdown for Kansas City. Beautiful play there and a nice move. I like the throw to the outside there. Let your receiver do some work. A nice spin there. And he gets up the field into the end zone. So Kansas City quickly up the field for 6. And we await the point after touchdown. What I was going to say is it's hard to overcome losing 2 turnovers or like losing the fumble, throwing a couple interceptions. Can be hard to overcome that. So maybe that's why you're seeing a 1-1 team that maybe is a little streaky.
The Chiefs put the first points on the board, 7-0.
6 plays, 80 yards, 131, and it was just a couple big plays. It was the big run off the left side. I mean, they started with an 8-yard gain. It was a big run off the left side, the big pass to Moss, and then the completion for the touchdown. Otherwise, there's a couple incomplete passes. The 8-yard gain as we have a really nice run back. Stays on his feet after the first man makes contact. Oh, unfortunately, he's injured on the play as he got that all the way out to the 36-yard line. Hopefully nothing too terrible because that was a fantastic run back. It is 1st and 10 now.
Let's see if they can do it.
Is that perhaps Peyton Manning? Have we seen Peyton Manning in this? We're going to find a little room off that left side of the line. And we'll take a look at the offense for the New England Patriots.
John Tate brings size and power to this line, and they are
Patriots' worst aspect at the moment is their passing offense, which is a little surprising when you have Jerry freaking Rice.
He's averaged 59 yards on 6 catches a game.
Finally, here's the general,
and it is Peyton Manning, Garrison Hurst, Zach Crockett at fullback.
This season, he's averaged 171 yards and over a touchdown a game.
Back to the field now. Second and 8.
So following the 2-yard gain, looks like they will go with a single back formation. They'll pitch right side. Kansas City is ready for it on the outside. And they'll give them a yard, but that felt a little generous. 3rd down and 7.
In talking with him on the sideline, he said his shin is just a little sore. He's icing it now and is waiting for the thumbs up from the doctor to go back into the game.
All right. Seems like the injury is manageable. 3rd down and 7.
Man in the backfield.
We're going to go with another handoff. This time they'll try the right side. He stays on his feet, does a nice job to fight for the yards, but comes up just a yard short. Javon Curse, Sean Rogers, Rob Burnett, Orpheus Roy.
Squad need to put a lot of pressure on the quarterback today.
Next up are the linebackers.
London Fletcher is the
Chad
man
Brown.
who
Looks like
brings
a
the hurt.
Seahawks jersey, perhaps.
And lastly, the secondary.
Donnie Abraham blazes up and down the field and stays in hot pursuit, baby.
Let's get back to the game.
So we didn't even see Peyton Manning throw the football on that drive. I thought for sure it would be a passing opportunity on 3rd down and 7, but I think they used that to their advantage. And they picked up their best gain on the ground that drive, a gain of 6. Unfortunately, they needed 7, and they're going to pass, or they're going to punt the ball back to a kind of hot Kansas City offense. I mean, they had big plays. They're splashy. As the corner kick goes into the end zone, or goes out of bounds around the 14-yard line.
And last time out, these guys went straight down the field for a touchdown. Let's see if they can repeat that performance.
Ball at the 14-yard line.
You may have the ball now, but I'm right back.
Ball on the 14 here. 1st and 10. They go with handoff, left side. Nice job by the New England Patriots. Ran a good defense to be ready for that play, or saw what they were doing and made a nice adjustment to tackle him right at the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 10.
Ball on the 13.
Collins drops and fires, throws, and it is complete just past the 1st down marker. That goes to number 85, Chambers. And that will set the Kansas City Chiefs up with a 1st and 10. It's a really nice play. You can see maybe why he wanted to go into the kind of the quad defenders. He can put the ball in a nice spot, but a little hard when you have already thrown 3 interceptions this season to just 2 touchdowns. Of course, even that on the last drive. First and 10, pitch to the outside. Fights through the first tackle, picks up 2. Neither running game really doing a whole lot. I mean, the Kansas City had the one nice play, but other than that,
2nd and 8.
Good adjustment by New England to make sure that that doesn't happen again. Collins drops and finds a receiver up at the 40-yard line. Bennett comes down with a nice grab as we are about to end quarter number 1. A quick first quarter here. Kansas City up 7-0. And that will do it.
It's the end of the first quarter. The Chiefs currently enjoying a slight advantage, but it's anybody's
107 yards already, 81 yards through the air, 26 on the ground, most of it on that one. Nice run. Time possession difference, pretty big. And obviously 4 first downs for Kansas City is a big deal.
Ball on the 40.
Donnell Bennett, 3 receptions, 12 yards, averaging 4 yards a reception. I feel like that was a bigger reception than maybe I realized. Perhaps a pass interference here on the defense. Pass interference on the defense, so that'll set him up with a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 at the 46.
Favors was just trying to yank the ball away. He was openly interfering. Good call.
The Chiefs will have the first down off the penalty. Favors will sit down after committing the foul. Green with the ball.
There you go. With a handoff to Green, they'll try the left side again, and they'll find 5 back into New England territory.
Amon Green gets free on what looked like a done deal. Look at this. Wow, he put his whole body into that move and narrowly escaped.
Well, I thought he was down for sure, Peter, but that extra effort helps him bust loose.
Oh, you're so right, Dan. Everybody takes their lumps in this game.
Couple of
It's what-
weird
what you
replays
do
already in
afterwards
this game.
separates the men from the boys.
Ball at the 49-yard line.
Go get him in, baby. Go get him in.
I formation.
They're going to go with another run, and that is cut down beautifully in the backfield. McKenzie was all over it. That'll force a loss of 1 back to midfield, 3rd down and 6. Neither team is pass happy as I anticipated they would be, especially on the New England side. I know they have the lower ranked, higher ranked passing unit here with Kansas City, I think. They're going to go with yet another run up the middle, slices and dices through, and they're going to give him the first down. That was close. I didn't think he got it, but they give it to him.
Smart, safe run and gets the first. Now he's past the marker.
Great execution on 3rd down play. Anytime.
So
you move
1st
the
down
sticks,
and
well, you
10.
have to be happy.
Kansas City continues to possess this ball very effectively in this one.
Chiefs are putting a good drive together. 1st down. Chambers in motion.
Collins drops back, short drop into triple coverage, and somehow Randy Moss came up with it. I guess I shouldn't be surprised because the big boss, Randy Moss, with a nice reception there, but boy, that was a dangerous throw.
On this play.
That's dangerous from that reverse angle. I mean, he threaded it perfectly. And Moss backs into the reception. Almost felt like he was going to break that one free for a big-er gain.
Ball on the 22.
8 plays, 64 yards. I like that whole drive update. That's nice. We'll go with a run right side. Gets hit low and falls forward for a little extra. Moss picks Green up, and it's 2nd down and 7. A Viking helping a Packer.
It's 2nd and about 7 yards. Green with the carry.
Green tries the right side and again gets pushed forward. Feels like every time Green's getting tackled, he's actually getting more yards before he hits the ground, just with the way he's either falling forward or getting kind of knocked from behind. Looks like it's going to be no gain, and then it's a yards or plus 2 yards, or it's going to be a yard, and then he gets 3 more, and it's a 4-yard gain. Sets up a nice and manageable 3rd down and 3 with 2 minutes to go here in quarter number 2.
It's 3rd and about 3. They go with a split backfield. Green again.
Going to run right up the middle. They're not going to give it to him that time. Good job by this New England defense to stop that run short of the line to gain. And they will keep this, or prevent this Chiefs offense from a touchdown and settle for a field goal attempt. We haven't learned this game super well yet. Paul Edinger, we've only looked at 6 games so far. As it is 4th down and 1, they're going to wind this clock down. Good move. I appreciate the clock management there. Oh, wow. That was Good. Wow. Okay, that looked awful. It looked awful and then went out of frame and then came back in frame and was good.
Nailed
Why?
it, and I think it just missed hitting the post by a whisker. Let's see. Yep, he got very lucky there. That almost bounced off.
Well, I'm sure he wants to put those a little closer to the middle, Peter, but he'll take the 3 points. The Chiefs make it a 2-score game. They are now up 10-0. Edinger lines up, signals, and we're ready for the kickoff.
A very long drive there by Kansas City. Extends the lead to 2 scores. But it does give New England a little bit of time to work with. Not quite as good of a return, but still pretty solid all the way up to about the 26-yard line or so. So 69 seconds for Peyton Manning to work something. No pass attempts from him yet.
Before halftime.
The clock shows
Field goal is still helpful. They get the ball after the break, so you can double dip and tie this game up without Kansas City even touching the ball. You just have to, I don't know, do this thing called moving it. They're going to go with another handoff. He'll get contacted in the backfield, but does a nice job to keep his balance. Gets hit yet again, but still falls forward for a gain of 2, under a minute to go. They'll huddle up. It was a really nice return. I thought they'd be more aggressive. Got all the way out to the 26.
They line up with 2 wide
Or
out.
24. Second down and 8. Manning with a short pass over the middle. Looked like it may have gotten deflected.
Jackson got across the middle, but couldn't
It's
make
not
the
even
pass.
a good pass play. It's just way too short. You're going to get nothing and either have to burn a timeout or you're going to waste a bunch of time for a very minimal gain. Manning's first pass of the day falls incomplete. Third down and 8. Triple receivers. With triple receiver set to the bottom side of the screen. Manning's going to drop back. He throws toward that side of the field. It's tipped and looked like it maybe was going to be picked on the back end there, but it is 2 incompletions in a row after the run, and 38 seconds remain here in the second quarter. Kansas City does not use a timeout, and they're going to get the ball right back.
Is down to 38. Hendrick will punt it away after a 3 and out.
My man is having a time there on the left side.
It's away.
The punt is away. And from the 35, he'll run it up the middle up to the 45-yard line. So not a ton. They don't need to cover a ton of distance to get into field goal range.
There's not much time left here, Dan. Let's see what they do.
The clock shows 29 seconds left. Collins fades back. Barely gets it off.
Throws it. It's behind the line of scrimmage, but he'll fight forward for a short gain. That's actually a pretty good gain. I apologize. I read 2nd and 3, and I was like, he gained 3 yards. I was like, no, he gained 7. He got tackled out of bounds, so a quick 5-second play nets him
Ball on the 48.
nets some good progress. 7 of 9, 110 yards already for Kerry Collins, who does have the touchdown throw.
Green will run it.
A nice handoff to Green. Green spins off of a tackler and comes up to the 40-yard line where he is tackled.
Green is all wound up right
And this
here.
actually looks really nice. A huge lane, nice block on the second level. Good job to get out of that first piece of contact and get the first down right around the 40-yard line.
Tackle for anyone. Ball at the 40-yard line. Collins.
1st and 10. Collins drops back, throws over the middle, finds Randy Moss for a big gain down to the 26-yard line. Timeout number 2 spent here by Kansas City.
Turns on the juice and rips this ball down. Watch how he aggressively goes after this. Oh, man.
Oh,
he
yeah.
shows great reflexes there, leaning out to grab that pass.
Well, some receivers would be forced to dive for a ball like that,
Yep.
but he manages to get under the ball. Fantastic play. 12 seconds on the game clock.
3 receptions, 64 yards already for Randy Moss, a long of 27, so he is doing big damage here in the passing game. against the team he would later play for. Amon Green, run off the right side. Slides and slices his way up the field. Kansas City will take their third and final timeout. A little surprised to see a run play here, but it is very effective. They had just maybe one more timeout. You take a shot at the end zone. I'd like to see one shot at the end zone, but it is a dangerous proposition considering a sack or anything in the field of play ends the half without any points. I would assume we'll see, yes. We will see a field goal attempt here. That was a really disastrous series of events for the New England Patriots. 2 incompletions, a run where Kansas City elected to not take a timeout. And they find themselves down 13 heading into halftime. Now we do have 4 seconds left. Ettinger knocks that one through a little bit cleaner.
Make it a 2-score game. They're up 13-0. Ettinger is back to kick it away. This is a beauty. McDonald catches it in the end zone, and he will decide to down it.
Well, they have the ball, but there's really only time for one more play before halftime. Let's see what they do with it.
Ball on the 20. Manning from the gun.
Manning dropping way back, throwing way down the field. It's caught. Oh, but he's stopped at the 48-yard line. That's the biggest play of the half for the New England Patriots, who were down 2 touchdowns as we head to halftime. Dang, I mean, that's the play you're looking for with Peyton Manning, and they just couldn't get it.
Welcome to the ESPN
They have
halftime
42
update.
total yards and 31 of them coming on that final play. But I mean, just an absolute masterclass. 13 points, 10 first downs, almost 200 yards, 125 of those through the air on 80% completions.
That's our halftime report.
1 touchdown, no
With a
picks
reminder to tune into the ESPN
for Kerry
postgame
Collins.
show at the conclusion of the game. Let's send it back to Dan and Peter.
That kick is away. And inside the 10-yard line, he returns it up to the 20, and he'll get knocked down at the 26. So New England with an opportunity. They got to get a... I think they have to get some points here. I think it has to be a touchdown. If they were able to somehow avoid the second field goal that Kansas City got, I think the field goal's still in play, but with the way Kansas City's been possessing the ball, I think a touchdown is what you have to get on this drive to cut that lead to 6. Manning drops the ball over the middle. He'll find a completion for 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
Completed, but there was not a lot of room to work with. Maybe a
Kozlowski.
It's 2nd and about 7 yards. They're going with the eye. Manning drops back.
Manning drops and fires over the middle. Finds a completion for 4. And I'm a little surprised they're not being more aggressive down the field. The only time they were aggressive down the field was when they felt they had to be aggressive down the field. It's a couple of short passes totaling 7 yards. It just doesn't look like they trust their offensive line or want Peyton Manning to take more control of this offense. But it's a very dangerous 3rd down and 3. You saw the halftime stats. The Kansas City Chiefs dominated time of possession. 3rd throw, and they're going to call that short. Wow. Jerry Rice gets the ball, or gets the reception, I should say, and he is just short.
He catches the football, but he's short of the markers.
Well, I guess he thought he could run it in for the 1st down.
Wow. That's a huge play by the Kansas City defense to take away what looked like it was going to be a first down.
Nice punt. Going
From the 20 up to the 25 to the 30, and he'll get tackled around the 33-yard line. Nice little run back there. And Kansas City with an opportunity to really start nailing this coffin shut here.
Punch this drive into the end zone.
ball on the 33.
This is our turn, baby. Make sure you help me play.
Tries to run off the left side. Spin moves. And Amon Green able to find a little room. He'll pick up 5. He's had nice moves and a good job to get tackled and fall forward for yards instead of not getting yards.
Ball at the 38-yard line.
Second down.
They're going with their tight end right. Green with the ball. Forces through.
Gain of 10 on the play. First down.
Dusty Ziegler deserves a lot of credit for popping that one loose. That dynamite block, it really opens things up for a monster play.
Absolutely. You take the right guy out at the right time, and it's all the space you need.
Yeah, and spread the credit around, Dan. When he saw that block happen, he knew how to capitalize on it.
Ball on the 48.
Another first down for Kansas City. As we pass the halfway point of quarter number 3, and they near New England territory yet again.
Collins drops back.
Collins drops, pump fakes, fires, and finds Randy Moss. He spins out of a tackle, but he doesn't get much more as it's a nice open field hit to stop him 1 yard short of the line to gain.
Second and 1.
4 receptions, 73 yards, 31 yak.
Green
Going with a handoff. Green tries to shuffle step his way to the right.
First down.
Stutter step? That's it, I think was the term.
Ball at the 38-yard line. They're going with their tight end left. Green with the carry. Gain of 3.
Carried this one just left of center and picked up a handful.
Ball on the 35.
Let's not get many things. Nothing, baby.
They line up in the eye.
Second down and 7.
Green gets it again.
Green right up the middle, and he'll get tackled and pushed forward. That'll give him enough to get the fresh set of downs.
First down. 10 yards to go.
Ball at the 28-yard line.
So first and 10 inside the 30 down to the 28-yard line. Kansas City is a team I'm going to put on every episode because they are keeping this clock moving. Massive blocks on the left side. Springs Amon Green free, and he will be out of bounds with 4 seconds to go in quarter number 3 and a first and goal for Kansas City. The left side is the side they have been favoring and have been more consistent on. They don't actually stop the clock, so that will end
It's the
quarter
end of
number
the third
3.
quarter. The Chiefs are serving up a shutout, 13-0.
$250 yards and a very balanced attack. Each category passing and rushing over 100 yards.
The Chiefs with a
As we
nice
enter
run
quarter
on
number
the
4,
last play,
13
will have
zip.
another first down. Green
Going with a handoff. They're tied up. right into the end zone. That time they went right. They had been favoring that left side. That's where they got some of their bigger rips for runs. And that time he bounces it to the right. A nice leap over his own offensive lineman. And there you have it. Since this game is starting to get a little out of hand, I'm going to hop up and grab a drink. We'll be right. I will join right back with you. Right back. Is this charged yet? No. Okay.
Will line up for the point.
You got it, dude.
It's away. He adds the extra point. The Chiefs have to be happy with this lead they're building. The score, 20-0. Sets up and will kick it away.
All right. So 20-0. Yikes. This Patriots team is ranked 3rd, you said?
And he thinks better of returning it and will down.
You said that, video game?
Well, let's see if they can march down the field and answer right back with a touchdown of their own here.
They probably can, considering that Kansas City has as many big plays as they have, like, total yards. Like, oh, boy. Met right at the line of scrimmage, and it is 2nd down and 10.
Second and 10. Manning fades back.
Manning drops back, fires, and finds a receiver. He'll get sprung up that right sideline or near sideline for a nice gain, and the crowd finally has something to cheer about offensively that isn't the one play at the end of the half. It was, what, 34 yards or something like that? Otherwise, they had 11 total yards of offense, 2 receptions, 44 yards for Darrell Jackson, a long of 31. And that answers my previous question. So if you pull 31 yards off their total, you get a little bit more of an accurate look at how good they have been, or in this case, how awful this offense has been. It's another nice completion for Manning. That one goes for 5, setting up a 2nd down and 5.
Ball on the 38.
Going with a handoff. Hurst going to try and find some room on the near side. They'll turn into a hurry-up offense. It's a good job by him to not get tackled in the backfield and at least go for no gain. Make it a nice... Oh, it's intercepted. I forgot who had the ball there for a second. I was like, oh, he completed... I'm so used to the Kansas City Chiefs being on offense that I forgot that New England had an offensive unit. I was like, what do you mean? Why did he turn the other way? You got to go upfield. Wow, they put him in a really weird spot. It looks like a defensive lineman out there. It's tackled by Jerry Rice, of all people. And it is 1st down and 10 for Kansas City. So, boy, if this game wasn't over before, it sure is now, huh?
2 wide receivers on the field. Green with the carry.
Green trying to find some room up the middle, and yet again tackled from behind, and you see him move forward for at least a yard, maybe 2. And that's what's turning these short gains into medium gains as he gets contacted at the, what they'll call him down at the, it's a 2-yard gain. That is 2 extra yards. Should be 2nd and 7, instead it's 2nd and 5. They'll, I'm sure, start milking the clock here. And that is indeed what they are doing, winding it down here in the 4th quarter.
2nd and 5.
They do kind of a weird thing, like they hurry to the line, like, oh God, we gotta go. Green off the right side, looks for a little bit of room and finds it. He'll get 6, 1st and 10 with 2:43 to go.
10 yards to go.
They unfortunately do have to run one play before the 2-minute warning because the clock will expire half a second before it hits that 2-minute warning. So it'll be second down with 2 to go.
They've been controlling the game today with their devastating ground attack.
Come on, Green.
In motion.
See his stats briefly there.
We get the ball game.
And he does a good job to stay up on his feet for 4 seconds. That brings the 2-minute warning into play, and it'll be 2nd and 5 here with 1:59 to go in quarter number 4.
Well and opening up some holes, Dan.
Ball on the 24.
I mean, even with a Kansas City team that's been very efficient with the ball, and a relatively short intro for me, we're still at about 35-40 minutes for this game, which is fine. Oh, don't take a timeout. Oh, New England, no. You're down by 3 scores. What are you doing? What are you doing over here? What am I doing?
3rd and 1.
What do you mean you're taking a timeout? Green right up the middle. Unfortunately, we'll see the second timeout. First, another first down will in this game, but they're just kind of sucking the fun out of it. That is their second timeout, so
shows a minute 49 seconds left.
yeah. I guess they would, best case scenario, they'd be down 23 points. Green with a run. That's going to find most of what they need. Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be 2nd down and 1. And you know what? I'm okay if Kansas City scores a touchdown here. I am. New England could have just ended this game. And I appreciate that this game does not have the really annoying piece of NFL primetime where they were like, oh no, we'll just go ahead and take a knee. Ugh. It's awful.
A minute and 44 on the game clock. They go with the I formation.
2nd down and 1. Going with a handoff. Green picks up the first down. It's 1st and goal at the 4.5, 5. The 5.
Picked up the first. Nice run.
And that should do it here. New England extended the game, but it's just going to help the Kansas City Chiefs pad their stats. So we'll be able to run out the clock cleanly here.
It's 1st and goal.
Take the knee with 52 to go. And this was a terrific game for Kansas City. And New England forgot that they were playing a football game, apparently. It's hard to believe how highly ranked their team was. I knew that their passing offense wasn't, like, great. I think it was, like, 17th. But I thought their defense would prove to be a little bit more formidable. And it just got absolutely diced. Diced up in this game against Kansas City, so... Kansas City will improve to 2-1 in the AFC West. New England will fall to 1-2 in the AFC East. And we will move on to game number 2, which I forget what it is because I took my notepad and hit it. Oh, it's San Diego taking on Arizona.
And that's the end of the game. The Chiefs win in a blowout, 20-0. Well,
boy, 20-0 makes it seem like this game was somewhat close. That 20-0 was like New England being down like about 400-0.
Let's go now to the post-game wrap-up here on ESPN.
Take a look at the stats here. 287 yards, fairly balanced attack. But you see the time of possession, absolutely unbelievable. 1440 out of 20 total minutes. They had 17 first downs, no turnovers. The one turnover that New England had was like, didn't even matter. Amon Green, 25 carries on 25 carries, 157 yards, 35 yards after the first hit, no fumbles. And they said that he would average about a fumble a game and still had a touchdown as well. So that is game number 1. Let's head out west to Arizona to check out the Chargers playing the Cardinals as we get ready for week number 3, game 2.
It's week 3
Cardinals,
on ESPN.
Chargers.
The Chargers come in as an absolute
Oh, they're the
juggernaut on
5th ranked
Their
team.
unstoppable rushing attack
The
is
rushing
ranked
offense
the
is number
dominant
1. Their
in
passing
the
offense is
NFL.
29th.
They will be
Top
facing a
2
team
in
with
both
different
sides of the
strengths versus
defense at
Cardinals,
number
who come in
2.
with a dominating secondary.
Arizona.
They possess the ability to shut down most middle to deep passing attacks and completely disrupt offensive.
Everything's kind of
coordinators'
middling
game
for them. They're
plan. See how
overall
it turns out.
11th.
We'll go to Dan Stevens and
They have a
Hero
good
Keith,
passing
Dodger champion.
defense, which I guess is a positive.
Well, it's a good day for some early football.
The Arizona
here at
Cardinals,
Arizona
2-0.
Stadium. Dan Stevens here with Peter O'Keefe at
San
my
Diego
side.
Chargers
And
are
Peter, tell us what you think about this
1-1.
matchup.
Kind of just took out the teams that we had already seen and then picked the best
current
current matchups. Hopefully we don't miss anything too interesting.
Has formulated a terrific pass defense. It's a mixture of good play calling, good execution, and good players. Well, tough to beat. Wayne Corbett comes in as a choice target for his quarterback because he pulls down everything thrown at him. The numbers prove it. So far this season, he's averaged 101 yards on 7 catches a game.
Ooh,
Well,
another...
Peter, we'll see how it unfolds.
Boy, last time they said
Let's
something
go
about
to
the
coin
defense
toss
and
at
then
the
pointed out a
50-yard line.
receiver, not necessarily in the opening, but they did point out a receiver that had 100 yards a game. We know how that turned out.
They call tail. It is head.
The Cardinals elect to receive the kickoff.
We are ready. Are we ready? We are ready. SD taking on ARZ.
It's ready for the opening kickoff. Great kick. Edwards catches it in the end zone, and he downs it. We will start up at the 20. Ball at the 20-yard line. They line up with their tight end left. Their space line right. Great run by the 6-year man out of Texas. Peter, let's look at the Cardinals starting offense.
All right, here we go. Cardinals starting offense after they gained 5 yards on 1st and 10.
Dan protecting his quarterback at any cost.
Up now are the receivers.
Marvin Harrison and Torrey Holt. Oh my goodness.
So far this season, he's
Daniel
averaged
Graham, a
41
photoless
yards
man,
on 2 catches
a
game.
ghost.
And lastly,
Or
the
tight
man who
end,
calls
Doug
the
Flutie,
plays
Priest
and the
Holmes.
guys who back him up.
Wow.
Priest Holmes
Okay.
grabs a lion's share of the attention. On the ground this season, he's averaged 32 yards on 10 carries a game.
Okay, back to the action. It's 2nd and 5.
Keep an eye on the backfield. Watch for the run.
They line up with 2 tight ends. Harrison goes in motion. Flutie on the back.
Flutie dropping back, rolling out, stops, throws, and finds a receiver coming back to the ball. He's going to put the ball in a bit of a weird spot. He'll be about half yard short of a first down. I like that Wiltz and Ellis have kind of like the same, like a similar, like, hey, we're
That's
here.
Followed by the linebackers.
Earl Holmes is the standout player of this bunch.
And last but not least, we have the secondary.
Charles Woodson on the back end. Ray Crockett, Darren Woodson.
Now back to the game.
I don't know why I said that. I said Woodson's name, and then I was like, oh, those were 2 different, like I thought I read like Wooden or something like that, and it was like, oh, Wooden and Woodson. Two Woodsons on the back end of this San Diego defense. First reception went for 5, but left him a little bit short. It's a good adjustment. Good job to come back to the ball. Third and incredibly manageable. Oh, he almost ran parallel to the line to gain, but turned upfield and ended up picking up about 5. So Holmes with a nice run there to slice and dice his way up to a first down.
Ball on the 34.
Flutie drops back. Nice float pass over to his left, but a nice defensive play to jar the ball loose from Torrey Holt by the San Diego defender. Second down and 10. Doug Flutie, 371 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception so far this season.
In motion.
Holmes, ooh, that does a nice job to stay on his feet. What would have been a gain of 1 is now a gain of 3.
It's third and about 7.
Let's play smart, baby. Let's play smart.
Shotgun formation. Flutie from shotgun.
Flutie drops and throws over the middle. Nice move there. And a pretty good block there to pick up a little bit more. And that'll go for a first down.
Man, the first down.
Marvin Harrison steps up when the chips are down on third, baby. There's the catch.
Harrison, yeah, really nice. I believe that's Torrey Holt there picking up a block on that middle linebacker. Springs him free, and it's first and 10.
Ball on the 48.
Ace, double tight.
Holmes with the ball.
Oh my goodness, Priest Holmes, all kinds of room to work with. They're going to call that second and 1, which is shocking because it looks almost identical. Like you could see the shift when he hit the ground and they brought the blue onto the yellow.
And no one did stop him. Several people tried, that's for sure. Fantastic
The
job.
San Diego
finding the
defenses
open lanes.
been on the field a lot here. Arizona's still working on their first drive. Doesn't seem like they're really working with a quick pace or anything. They're just picking up the yards that they need to, and we might have another efficient game here from one of these two teams. This is now a 3-minute drive. They'll hand the ball off, and he gets it easily. He needed, I don't know, about one little bump on the football, one texture bump on the football. He finds 4 yards. First and 10.
Ball at the 39-yard line.
8 plays, 41 yards, 307 so far.
They go with a split backfield.
And this clock is continuing to wind. Flutie pitches outside. San Diego had the defense in the correct position, couldn't get the tackle, but a terrific job to finish off the job in the backfield for a loss of 2. I think that's what you're looking for. Sometimes, I mean, you're not always going to make the tackle. Obviously, you always want to make the tackle. But if you can't, at least slow him down so that your friend can get there. Maybe your rival. I don't know. Someone else in the same helmet can knock him down. Second down and 12 following the 2-yard loss. Flutie to his left. He finds about a 15-yard gain, and that is a first and 10. Graham picking up a nice reception there from Doug Flutie. And just when you think the Chargers maybe you're going to get a little bit of rhythm on defense, a little bit of momentum, they let him wide open. Or they leave him wide open for a gain of 15. So first down and 10. 30 seconds to go here in quarter number 1.
They're moving the ball very well.
Wide left, wide left.
Flutie fades back.
Flutie drops and throws over the middle, finds Harrison, He'll pick up another big gain, and it'll be 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line this time around. And that'll do it. That's going to be quarter number 1. No score, but the Cardinals took that entire quarter to drive down this field. They technically have 4 seconds of time of possession, but I believe for some reason that counts the kickoff. And 4:55 for the Cardinals. I don't know if that's a game issue or if the NFL just kind of changed it, but I don't think that they take time off the clock from kickoff, like between the kickoff and when the ball is like received. So if it, like, you see a lot of guys do like the T-pose basically, where they put their hands out and like, no, we're not going to receive it. It doesn't take any time off that clock, I believe. Could be a game issue, could be just a timing change in the NFL. A little surprised that this is not completed throw. I think if he throws it more to the outside rather than the inside, the replay helps us understand that it hit him right in the kidney. And it's 2nd down and 10.
Ball at the 12-yard line.
Don't get mad things. What's the third and long? Force it. Hey, double time.
Harrison goes in motion. Flutie fades back.
Flutie dropping back, floating a pass over the middle again, and it's incomplete. The Cardinals changed which side of the field they were playing on and apparently forgot how to play football in the walk to the other side. Or maybe just some good adjustments here. I think it's a couple of bad throws. Throws that should have been to the outside. Instead, it's on to Graham's inside. I mean, you got to be able to catch those. That's what you're paid to do. Those are pretty good throws. Should be able to make the adjustment. However, I think you could make the argument that maybe Flutie needs to throw it to the other shoulder. Flutie moves around and the camera zooms in on some grass. Hope you like that. 3rd down and 10, and what was such an effective drive is going to get stopped short of the goal line, and they're going to have to settle for a field goal. So they march down this field with little to no resistance. Big completion after big completion. Nice running, keeping the clock just churning to the end of the first quarter. And then we change to the second quarter, and it's 3 incompletions, 9 seconds off the clock, and a field goal try. Nice job by this Chargers defense to bend but not break. And they'll find themselves down only 3 points.
An easy field goal from that range.
Gary Anderson chips this one in pretty easily. Right through.
He could kick those in his sleep.
And sometimes he does, from what I hear. His wife makes him spend a lot of nights on the couch.
The Cardinals strike first
What?
in the game, 3-0.
What? 15-play, 68-yard drive takes 5 minutes, 4 seconds.
Anderson lines
They're
up,
only
signals,
able to get
and we're
3
ready for
points.
the
However,
kickoff.
depending on how this San Diego offense is able to respond, that could be enough.
Duckett gets
No
the ball,
return. Oh, he'll take a knee.
and will decide to down it.
So we will see the San Diego Chargers offense for the first time today.
Close game so far, and even though there's plenty of time left, they'd love to score on this drive.
Ball on the 20. High formation. Chandler drops back.
Oh, Chris Chandler, he'll throw to the left side. Catch of 7 yards. Sets up 2nd down and 3. Take a look at this Chargers offensive line.
Keeps the quarterback healthy, and he and his line are ready to go.
Next up, the receiving core.
Wayne
Corbett adds a
Corbett,
lot to
Jerry
this pack of
Porter.
receivers. So far this season, he's averaged 101 yards on 7 catches a game.
And last but not least, we have the
Chris Chandler and Marshall Falk.
Gives this
Aaron
trio
Shea,
its punch.
the
On ground this
fullback.
season, he's averaged 61 yards and over a fumble a game.
Back to the field now.
I believe they pointed out Marshall Falk there. If he continues this trend of averaging over a fumble a game, this could be It could prove to be limited, very limited opportunities for the San Diego Chargers to possess the ball and get points. We'll see Falk. He'll take the first hit, gets driven backwards. They'll call forward progress past the first down marker. 1st and 10.
Ball at the 31-yard line. They're going with Dion.
Chandler drops back, throws over the middle, finds a receiver wide open, and he'll pick up an extra 4 yards. 1st and 10 coming up for the San Diego Chargers.
Jerry Porter turns on the juice and rips this ball down. Watch how he aggressively.
Nice. I love the move there. Turn that defender around, and another nice move to get past him.
Some receivers who would be forced to dive for a ball like that, but he manages to get under the ball. Fantastic play. Ball on the 44.
So 1st and 10 from the 44. They're going to go with a handoff. Find some room off the right side. They'll give him the gain of 5. Again, looked like Falk was going to try to make another move, but they're going to give him the forward progress, even though he kind of started to work backwards just a little bit and then got hit and driven further back. So a couple of generous spots for San Diego already in this one. You can see the difference. You know, we're looking at 2 AFC West teams here. Falk keeps kind of getting driven back a little bit. They're generous with the spots, in my opinion. However, you look at Amon Green for the Kansas City, you see him continually get pushed forward.
Peter, let's look at the Cardinals.
As we look at the Cardinals starting defense.
Bryant Young shows tremendous heart, and the other linemen respect that.
Anthony Pleasant having a pleasant photo.
Marvin Jones pulls together all the loose ends and reads the quarterback's eyes like a book.
Finally, Peter,
subtle like growth of a smile in that last 3 from left to right.
Let's get back to the game.
Oh, another ghost. Ooh. You can't see him.
3rd and 4. They line up with their tight end right.
3rd and 4, going for the run, and they are going to stop him at the line of scrimmage, and he is not going to be able to get anything going. So this San Diego drive that actually took a decent amount of time yields 0 points, and they will punt the ball with 2 minutes to go here in quarter number 2.
Comes in and will punt it away. It's off.
And the kick is away.
Edwards reels in the
Fair caught at the 12. Probably a good decision to fair catch that ball right there.
Drive before the half, it could put them in the lead, which is a really big boost going into halftime.
Ball at the 12-yard line.
That's my ball. You give me back my ball. Punk. Hey,
Pitch outside.
Charges.
Nice job there by, I believe it's Priest Holmes.
Priest Holmes.
Yeah, it is Priest Holmes, but I just waited a second.
Paid off. Watch this. He just went for it.
Well, that shoulder charge really made the play happen, and I don't see him punching through otherwise.
Oh, yeah, sacrificing the body. You can't coach that.
Ball on the 17.
Second and 5, going with a handoff. Kansas City, excuse me. San Diego, I don't know why. I got very confused there. I'm so used to seeing Kansas City's offense on the field, even though that was the last game. San Diego's defense did an excellent job there, collapsing, expecting the run. They had just ripped off a pretty good game. You figure they're going to try and do it again, or at least set up a 3rd down and manageable. Collapse that line and crash the ball carrier. Forced a loss of 1. It'll set up 3rd down and 6. They're going to go with another run. They'll try the right side, or left side, excuse me, that time. And a good timeout by San Diego. I don't love the possession from Arizona. They do take about a minute and 10 seconds off the clock. 3 straight runs. The last one didn't work. Trust your quarterback to throw the ball. Or is this a result of watching 3 incompletions inside the red zone? Bit of a change there because that only led to 3 points. The punt is away. It's a terrific job by San Diego's defense and a good punt return there. We'll spot up at the 49-yard line. So plenty of time to work with here. 41 seconds, 2 timeouts, and they're only down 3.
To bring this game closer before halftime. Let's see if they can make something happen here.
Ball at the 49-yard line.
We got the position, baby. Let's execute.
Ball with the ball.
Try a handoff with Falk. No room for him to work with. I mean, he finds one, so not a whole lot going on there. I think it's a poor play call. You're going to waste a timeout for a 1-yard gain. You only need 10, 15 yards. Take a couple of shots.
They have 2 tight ends in.
They might be going with yet another run play. They're going to go a pitch to the outside. Arizona's all over it, but Falk does a good job to stay balanced. He'll pick up a gain of 2 instead of nothing. Are we going to see a spike here? Yes. All of this is a disaster. What in the hell is happening right now? That is... What? What are you doing? You run up... Oh, my goodness. I know you only have 1 timeout. If you only have 1 timeout,
23 seconds left.
You spiked the ball to punt it away?
Comes in to punt after a 3 and out.
This is the dumbest series I've ever seen.
There's the punt. Good placement on the punt, and he sticks them deep in their own territory.
Okay. All right. San Diego with an absolutely
Well, there's not much time left here, Dan.
frightful, a frightful series right there. So you're telling me a run to a timeout. Not great, but fine. Okay. To another run. All right. Confusing, but I guess. To a hurry up. All right. That's fine. Flutie rolls out, throws it. And, oh, that should have been picked. I can't believe that was not intercepted, just in and out of the hands there. Would have given him essentially a free field goal. So then you run it to the left if you're San Diego. You go like, okay, that's bad. Into a hurry-up offense? All right, cool. Into a spike. Questionable, but all right, I guess. To punt the ball away? Are you kidding me? Flutie's going to drop back. He'll float it over to his right. We might have a pass interference here. Ooh, they're going to call that'll be a spot foul. So not a big penalty yardage-wise, but not a great penalty down and distance-wise. It's a fresh set of downs. Not that San Diego was going to do anything anyway. What happened to this Arizona football team? What is going on?
From the defensive penalty. Mitchell gets set after committing the penalty. Flutie pays back.
Flutie throws. He breaks free into the secondary up to the 42. And I think that's going to end the half.
For the first half. The score 3-0. Time to go to the
absolutely
halftime update with
wild final minute of that game. All of that's gross. No turnovers, 91 yards, nearly triple what the San Diego Chargers have. They have 3 points, 7 first downs. Flutie 5 for 10 for 63 yards. Boy, those stats looked a lot better before the 3 drops inside the red zone.
Do it for now. I'm Clark Dishman reminding you to tune in to ESPN's post-game show at the conclusion of the game. Let's send you back to Dan and Peter.
Feels like kind of a default hot at the half. Okay. San Diego with the most baffling possession I think I've ever seen in this series. It's a lot of possessions, a lot of games. 100 times. There's at least 300 games to think about. Obviously, I remember every single one of them down to the very finest of details.
Duckett fields it in the end zone, and he thinks better.
It just feels like a weird remnant of like some of the prime time stuff, where like The primetime thing, I think you kind of just get like a little used to because the game is just like fundamentally, like it's kind of broken, doesn't understand some of the intricacies or strategies of American football. But that is just mind-boggling. It's a nice throw over the middle. And he's going to get 10.5, and that'll give him a fresh set of downs just past, what, the 30?
Chandler rolled the dice there with a pass into double coverage. But he got it in there. Great throw.
Peter, that's the kind of decision that does not foster good quarterback-coach relations.
Absolutely. The coach has to be happy with the result, though, you know, once he started breathing regularly.
Ball at the 31-yard line. They line up with 2 wideouts.
It was just past the 30-yard line, so the 30.5. Chandler pitches it to the outside. Falk has a little bit of room. Falk is really doing a very nice job staying balanced after those initial pieces of contact. And it's 2nd down and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Chandler stops and throws. I've not adjusted my brain fully from calling basketball, apparently. That's a nice little short drop there. And a good pass to the left side of the San Diego Chargers offense is moving. Just inside Cardinals territory at the 49-yard line. Chandler under center.
In motion.
They work with a little motion. Receiver all the way down. Just over here. Hello. And Chandler's going to hand it off to Falk. The Arizona Cardinals look like they read that pretty well. Initial contact made and then dropped after just a 3-yard gain.
Getting positive yardage on first down.
Ball at the 46-yard line. They line up in the eye.
So 2nd and 7. Going with a handoff. Falk stays balanced yet again. He'll pick up 1.
Third-year man out of Louisiana State.
Took this one off his right guard, but he was stymied not far past the line of scrimmage.
It's now 3rd and 6.
Second and 6. Falk again. He is so difficult to take down. A little surprised you're throwing a run play in there on a 3rd down and 7. He's only able to pick up 4. Falk would be doing so much more if there was just more room to work with. I know that sounds like more of a, like, no duh, Sean, of course he would be doing better with nobody there. But even if there was just like a little bit more of a lane and a little less clutter in the middle, if he can still break 1 tackle and spring it for a big gain. He's been held largely in check in this one as the San Diego offense continues to make questionable decisions. However, a fantastic punt might actually help them, as they seem to be content to play the field position battle.
This is dangerous.
And they will be, the Arizona Cardinals will be looking at a 1st down and 10 at the 5-yard line.
The 5. One man back. Holmes with the ball.
Nice job by the defense there. Filled that gap correctly and forced Holmes to only gain 2, 2nd and 8.
Second and 8.
Holmes finds a little room up the middle, and he'll gain the other 2.5 yards, I guess. 3rd down, and 5. Predictably, cautious drive here from the Arizona Cardinals deep in their own territory. I would not be surprised if we see just another run here. You can actually, if you just hold the ball, if you don't snap it for another 5 seconds, you can just run the third quarter out if you chose to do so. Instead, Flutie's going to drop back, and he finds a completion to Marvin Harrison. Bold play choice. It was a quick drop and a nice pass to Harrison over the middle. That'll find a first down, and this Arizona Cardinals drive will continue as we take a look at the replay. I like it. It's just a quick little slant over the middle of the field. Make the decision.
Terrific job by the receiver.
And give yourself a fresh set of downs.
Ball at the 22-yard line.
Harrison with his third reception of the day, 39 yards and 21 yards after those catches. Arizona pitch outside. Holmes makes the first man miss. The second guy didn't get there correctly. And the third guy finally takes him down. He'll get knocked down near the sideline but in bounds for only a loss of 1. But that should have been a much bigger deal. Should have been a loss of 4 or 5. However, the Arizona Cardinals click it onto a 3-point lead as we enter quarter number 4. 108 total yards. The Chargers with 72. And just not a whole lot to talk about. The time of possession got evened out a little bit. That was more what New England needed to do in the previous game, is just have a possession that takes a little bit more time off the clock. Let the Kansas City offense sit on the sideline, cool off a little bit. I think you'd be looking at a game that's a little bit more manageable, but they kept letting Kansas City on the field, and their defense didn't get rest. The Kansas City offense stayed hot, and we have a huge run here by Holmes, who's going to pick up 7.
Priest Holmes would have been stopped a lot sooner if he kept both feet on the ground. See that? Going up and over like that got him some room to make that run happen.
Well, generally, if you're a tackler and you hear a whistling sound over your head, you've probably made a mistake.
That's a good tip for you kids out there.
They're down in 3 after a big 7-yard gain off the left side. Arizona's got the ball out near the 30-yard line.
2 tight ends on the field.
And this was the Arizona drive in the first quarter where they weren't necessarily making huge gains. They were just on the field. That's just, they were coming up when they needed to. They were getting solid chunks, but it was just really, it wasn't like the Chiefs' first drive in the first game where you're looking at like big run off the left side, big pass to Randy Moss, and the touchdown play, pretty good yardage.
All at the 36-yard line.
Instead, it's been little 5 or 6 yards dinking and dunking down the field. 4 minutes to go here in quarter number 4, nursing a 3-point lead. The outside, Holmes goes. He'll get tackled after a gain of 3. Bit of a weird animation there.
It may not look like much, Dan, but getting those early yards makes second and third downs immensely easier.
It's second and about 7 yards.
Second and long is going to be third and long.
They go with the I formation.
Holmes, a nice move to get up the middle, and he'll get taken down on that Cardinals logo at midfield for a fresh set of downs. Looked like he might have been stopped here as we take a look at the replay on the left side. Got cluttered up pretty nicely, but a nice job to bounce to the middle and find the gaps. Falls forward, dives forward even for a little bit extra.
I'm sure there's a story there, but if you don't mind, let's move on.
And he's going to be able to, they're going to be able to milk, 40 on first down, 40 on second down, 40 on third down, before first, before second, before third, before fourth. 160 seconds, nearly 3 minutes if they just held it right now. Flutie passes over to the right. That's going to help the San Diego Chargers stay in this game a little bit longer. Don't love the incomplete pass there. I don't really love the pass play at all.
That is tough to do. It's hard to read a play and react quickly enough to get into position like that.
Ball at the 50-yard line.
Down to nowhere, baby. In. Watch wide left. Wide left.
Flutie drops back, throws.
Flutie over the middle, finds Marvin Harrison. Marvin Harrison off to the races inside the 30, inside the 25, and outside, or out of bounds, just before the 20-yard line.
Marvin Harrison yanks it down, then pours it on. Watch this. Great catch, but he really delivers on the run.
Absolutely. You know what they say about receivers who have a great pair of feet.
What, they're fast?
Another nice play to Marvin Harrison, who now has 44 yards after the catch.
Like a rose.
68 total yards on the day.
Harrison goes in motion. Flutie stays back. Barely gets it.
Oh, he found a receiver, and that is Harrison again for a touchdown. Looked like kind of a dangerous throw, but he knew exactly what he was doing. The defender drove on the ball instead of playing the receiver, and he's in for 6. With 2.5 to go, it's Arizona 9, San Diego nothing. These games have not gone the way I hoped or thought they would. And a little lopsided. It's weird because the games haven't necessarily been like blowouts, but the opposing team, whoever's been down,
The Cardinals
just hasn't looked good.
10-0.
11-play, 95-yard drive. Just when you thought San Diego was going to be able to play that field goal or field position game, get the ball back maybe around midfield to 45 in their own territory, looking for that field goal. Arizona drives it all the way down the field for 6 to make this a 2-score game. Now, this game probably doesn't have the AI to do it, but I think if you can get a big play, maybe you just take the 3. Your defense also hasn't done a good job getting this Arizona team off the field. Chandler, that's a nice completion out to the 40-yard line. First down and 10. They'll run a hurry-up offense before we hit the 2-minute warning here. Chandler again drops back, goes same side, finds a completion at the 49, and then we're going to get the 2-minute warning here, even though they're running the hurry-up.
We've reached the 2-minute warning.
Maybe this is what San Diego needs to do. Run a hurry-up offense. Don't think, just react. Feels like maybe you're trying a little too hard to anticipate what the defense is going to do, whereas just kind of overthinking the situation. I do it in the MLB stuff all the time, where I'm trying to guess and see where the pitcher's going to go. Just feel it out. Oh, in between 2 defenders, he comes up with a big catch at the 35-yard line. They're going to call a timeout, which is going to put them in an interesting position. See, if it were me, I would consider taking the field goal. I guess it's a 52-yard field goal from there. Maybe you don't want to from quite that range.
When his receiver is completely surrounded by the entire defense.
No, if there wasn't a challenge to it, it wouldn't be any fun.
Ball at the 35-yard line.
Wayne Corbett, 4 receptions, 57 yards, averaging 14.2 yards a catch. San Diego's going to put themselves in a position where they're going to have to go for the onside kick. Chandler rolls out, fires, and hits what look like an Arizona Cardinals defender in the numbers. That's the wrong team, by the way.
You can't coach that.
.150 on the game clock.
Chandler off his back foot, intercepted. That was a horrendous throw. Everything about it was terrible. He's up the sideline. We have a penalty flag down. Is this going to be wiped out with pass interference? Well, they're going to call a clipping. The penalty did come out late, and they will accept it. 1st and 10 for Arizona, and that'll just about do it here. 10-0. More than likely your final score. They're going to lose a ton of field position, I'm
well
guessing.
In control of this game, Dan. They just need to pound it out and take time off the clock.
Just 1:41
Or
remaining.
they will. They lose a massive amount of field position all the way back at their own 20.
Holmes with the ball.
Holmes with a run off the right side. We should see a timeout. Okay.
Take a timeout. That's their second.
Their second. So one more timeout here for San Diego. And I mean, if you go back and look at that play, you watch him drop back and just throw off his back foot. It's an awful throw. It was bound to lead to something terrible. And that's something terrible? An interception.
Well, they're going to need more than a half-hearted arm tackle to put him down.
Priest Holmes. One with a handoff. You get tripped up and fall forward. Gain of 2 2/3 yards, but he needed 3.
Third and inches.
Pitch to the outside, blocked pretty nicely, but they're not going to give him. They're not going to give him the line to gain. I thought Priest Holmes was going to have it, but he just came up a little bit short. It looked like it was pretty well blocked on the outside, but it was better defended than I realized. And they will punt the ball back with about 40 seconds remaining. San Diego, I kind of figured that them burning that timeout was going to really bite them in the behind, and it has.
They're going for it on 4th and 1.
Oh, what?
They have 2 receivers in. Harrison in motion. We have a penalty marker on the play.
I guess that's fine, I guess.
Delay of game. Offense. 5-yard penalty.
The Cardinals didn't get the play off in time. You know, when you see linemen reading a magazine or taking a nap while they're waiting for the call, you know they've taken too long.
40 on the game clock. Gardocki will punt it away after a 3 and out.
Weird. That was a weird series of events, but I guess it kind of makes sense.
It's away.
Fair catch called for, and this is what San Diego was looking for. If you push them back, I think they were out closer to the 20. If you push them back to the 5, it's a 15-yard difference. So instead of the 40, you're looking at the 50, depending on how good the punt is. I don't think it's a 15-yard difference, just like a flat 15 yards. But you're looking at the San Diego 45 to maybe midfield. And it was almost intercepted. Again, Chandler throwing off his back foot.
Just a little left of the receiver.
Second and 10. Four wide receivers on the field. Chandler.
So second down and 10. Chandler, he throws another pick. There were 2 receivers in the area, and he found the Arizona Cardinal among them. It looked like it was too short for the first receiver and out of the reach of the second receiver, and Davis perfectly in the middle. We'll take a look at the play here, and it's going to be another throw. Chandler looks like he's throwing off his back foot, and it's just perfectly there. Just perfect throw. Just an interception.
This drive will wrap it up for them. Well in control of this game, Dan. They just need to pound it out and take time off the clock.
And that'll do it. Arizona 10, San Diego nothing. Nobody tells me nothing. A joke that I genuinely still don't get. That movie's been out for 16 years. And it doesn't make any sense to me. Apparently, I think it's like a comedian in Britain or something. I don't know. People probably think it's hilarious, and then there's just some American dude being like, I don't get it. And that will do it. So a couple of shutouts here. We got one more game to take a look at. It's two undefeated teams, the Atlanta Falcons, taking on the Cincinnati Bengals coming up next. 10-zip your score here. Arizona dominated this game, similar to the way that Kansas City dominated the other game. They used, though the Arizona Cardinals used a little bit more of the turnover game, to make this feel like a more dominant win than it probably looks. 69 rushing yards, nice. 11 first downs. There should have been 2 turnovers.
Their front four manhandled the
Right?
line of scrimmage and was a big part.
Yeah,
of
there were
the
2
win.
turnovers. Oh, it must not count correctly because of the...
89 yards and 1 touchdown.
Does it not count correctly because of the
Player
penalty?
game. Thanks for tuning into today's post-game report. Be sure to catch the weekly wrap-up for a
Yeah, there were 2
review of all the
interceptions because one of them had a really
scores,
long
highlights,
run
and
back that
game
was
news.
negated by a
This is Clark Dishman.
penalty.
We'll
So
see you
that's
next
weird.
time.
Hold on, let's take a look at the box score. He should have thrown 2 picks. Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. That's weird. Were some weirdness. There's some weirdness in ESPN NFL 2K5 as well, where like you have like a running play that's like 80 yards or whatever, and there's a penalty. It'll think that it was negative something. 80 yards was not a great example, but if you have a big run play, it counts it as like a huge negative. I remember like playing that game and being like, oh, it was a holding penalty. It was a rush for negative 86 yards. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? And it's in the stats that he ran for negative 86 yards. You're like, what? What? All right, let's head to our final game and hope for a more competitive matchup as we're going to check out the Bengals taking on the Falcons here in week number 3. Shutout
It's
Central.
Week 3 on ESPN. The Bengals come into today's game with an
Bengals
average
ranked
pass
20th.
defense, which is ranked at number 14 in
7
the
playoff
NFL.
appearances, 2 Super Bowl
They will be going
appearances,
up against a team with similar
and they are
strengths
ranked
versus the
29th.
Falcons,
Everything
who come
pretty
in
low
with
here,
two
and both
holes
of
in
these
their
teams
secondary.
undefeated.
It's simply not where it should be at this point, and they're likely to give up some big plays. We'll see how it unfolds with Dan Stevens and Peter O'Keefe out in Atlanta.
Welcome. Well, it's a good day for
Bengals,
some early football
Falcons,
here
game
at the
number
Georgia Dome.
3
I'm
for
Dan
us today.
Stevens, along with
We
Peter
will
O'Keefe.
we'll get you stats
Peter,
and scores.
who's
I
gonna
probably won't do the
stand out
post game
today?
or the weekly wrap up because it did ding me for a copyright claim, and I talk over it anyway because it's. I didn't talk over it. I don't remember. Interesting that we keep getting
good players. Well, tough to beat.
Coach
Kevin Dyson comes in
showcases.
as a decent receiver that puts up some respectable numbers. So far this season, he's averaged 70 yards on 3 catches a game.
Okay, Peter, now let's go to midfield for the coin toss.
We'll take heads. They call heads.
Gotta stretch it out. Whew.
It is tails.
The Falcons will receive, and we're about to get underway.
All right. From the Georgia Dome, it's Cincinnati and Atlanta. To wrap up our coverage of Week 3 of the 2002-2003 NFL season. Thanks again so much for joining me. Hopefully, you're having a good time. I know I am. That Arizona Cardinal game might have been a little bit shorter than the other game. Or they were about even. So we have a quarterback, number 9. Drew Brees for the Falcons.
Ball at the 20-yard line. They're going with 2 tight ends.
That's like cool borders.
Brees fades back. Barely gets it off.
And immediately a pass interference penalty.
Call.
Pass interference.
Pass interference on the defense will give them a fresh set of downs, and it's only a 9-yard penalty. We haven't seen the massive pass interference penalties that we see in today's NFL, where it's like, oh, it's a 45-yard penalty and a first down. Great.
The Falcons will have the first down off the penalty.
And it is indeed Drew Brees, 34 of 65. A touch under 400 yards. I believe 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. He'll go with a delayed handoff to the left side. He'll pick up 4. And they kind of cut through that really quickly. Not sure if he was just getting up or if he was injured. We'll have to keep an eye. I believe it was running back number 28. We'll get the update here on...
Next up are the receivers.
Tim Brown.
Oh, wow, Tim Brown.
A lot of excitement with his aerial theatrics. So far this season, he's averaged 125 yards on 7 catches a game.
Finally, here's the general.
Drew Brees, Lamar Smith, Robert Thomas, number 26.
Through the air this season, he's averaged 199 yards and around an interception.
Clearly number 59, but number 44 in Atlanta. So the gain of 4 sets up 2nd down and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Watch for the run! Watch for the run! Throw! Double tight!
Breeze up back.
Breeze throws and finds Tim Brown. The reception out to the right side. And a nice completion to give them a fresh set of downs.
Nice completion here. Take a look. There's the throw right in between.
He had him lined up just right, and they connected for a decent gain. Ball on the 42.
Tim Brown, 16 receptions, 260 yards on the season, a long of 46, and they did say he was averaging over 125 yards a game. We've had some big receiving threats. Each game has had at least one receiver that they have pointed out at averaging over 100 yards receiving. Defensive line here for the Cincinnati Bengals, who are in the thick of the playoff race right now in real life, which is exciting. Another big win for them over the Minnesota Vikings. Would have been even more helpful to the Packers if the Packers could have bothered to win a game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So help me, Lord Almighty, if they lose to the Carolina Panthers. That's a get-right game. That's a get-right game to fight for your playoff lives. I don't think they're going to have much of a chance, which is unfortunate because they had some real big wins and then fell flat against teams that they probably should have beat or at least been more competitive against, especially Tampa Bay. Oh, that's a beautiful diving interception by Williams and a kind of a weird slow-mo situation on the other end. He's trying to find Tim Brown and just lays out for the interception. What happened there?
Yeah, you can't coach reaction times like that.
What happened there? Because everybody else was moving in regular speed and he was moving not that way. They're averaging 1.3 turnovers per game. Now this is early era Drew Brees. Drew Brees has, I would say a largely forgettable stint in San Diego. I mean, there's some good stuff to look at. There's a good story there. I'm not arguing that. Statistically, though, I don't think he really made much of an impression, but he made enough of an impression to get traded to New Orleans, where he became one of the greatest. Oh, Antonio Freeman. Where he became one of the greatest quarterbacks we have ever seen. And who's throwing to him? Mark Brunell with Deuce McAllister in the backfield. All right.
Through the air this season, he's averaged 168 yards.
A Husky throwing to a Packer. I don't know where Antonio Freeman went to college, but second down and 9.
Second and 9. Tight end is lined up left side. Freeman in motion.
Brunell dropping, floating a pass out to the flat, and a nice play there. He picks up, was that pickup of 8? As we take a look at the Atlanta defense.
Keith Traylor deserves our full attention, Dan. He and his squad.
Someone may or may not have been talking too much today. I could feel it. My throat did not want to get those words out.
Angles to the ball out there.
Last but not least, we have the secondary.
Troy Vincent, Jason Webster, James Boyd, Brian Dawkins. Third down and 1. Deuce McAllister, 5 receptions, 41 yards. See if they can pick up this first down and use this, continue this drive after the turnover. Do a little bit of a shift. They run, and they're going to try the left side. Might have had a little bit more room if he bounced towards the outside, but still he picked up the first down, and that's what you're looking for on a third down in inches. So first and 10 for the Bengals.
Ball at the 42-yard line.
We're going to try another run inside Falcons territory, and it'll give him a gain of 1, maybe close to a gain of 2, but second down and 9.
9 yards to go.
Ball on the 40.
Let's not get me, nothing, baby.
Freeman goes in motion. Brunell fades back.
Mark Brunell drops and fires and overthrew his intended target.
Well, I'm not sure whose fault it is there, but these
It's a
guys
little-
were way off the script. It's
was
all
way
about
weird.
focus.
Way weird. That was a very weird play.
It's 3rd and 9.
And just a bit of miscommunication.
They come
So
out
third down and 9 from the 40. Brunell from the shotgun, trips receivers to the top side of the formation. Brunell throws and finds a receiver. He's going to break free in the secondary. He'll be tackled down at the 21-yard line. Dyson. Dyson?
Kevin Dyson proves once again
Gerard
why
Dyson.
you get the football
Interesting
in
that
your
like all of
hands.
these receivers were in the same
Nice catch,
area.
but he's not the
They
kind of
started
player who
together
settles
and
for
then they
nice
ran the
catches.
route together. That's a team. That's a team right there. On the same page about running just one route basically. Mark Brunell said, "You know what? There's 3 receivers. I'll find one of them. F it. Jamar's down there somewhere."
Freeman in motion. Brunell drops back.
So Brunell drops back. He threw it right over the middle, and there was a defender waiting. Number 42, Boyd, coming up with a big pick right there.
Brunell gets some heat
They
in the
throw the
backfield.
interception, and they get an interception right back. Brunell tried to go to number 89 there, but Boyd with a beautiful play to step right in front and pick that ball off. So Drew Brees brings the offense back out on the field, both drives ending in turnovers. Interceptions thrown by the quarterback,
Ball on the 16.
weirdly enough.
Are you a floor man? 'Cause get ready to get run over.
You ready to get run over?
Breeze fades back.
Breeze drops and fires into a couple of receivers there.
The 15-year man out of Notre Dame.
Going to Tim Brown yet again. The super late diving tackle got me.
The man in the middle on that play. Watch this.
I'm here.
Oh, great catch.
Yeah, and very, very tough to do in double coverage like that.
Yeah, you got 2 guys flipping the coin to see who's going to free you. Terrific job by the receiver.
Nice to see they let that play out in the replay.
29-yard line.
Hey, start left.
Breeze.
So first down and 10 for Breeze and the Falcons. And another dangerous pass. Drew Brees wants every pass to go to Tim Brown, and it's almost cost him twice now. It did cost him once on the first drive. Really good defensive play there to just get a hand up and deflect that ball. Second down and 10.
2nd and 10.
Taking the long's gonna be done, long. Hey, right.
Smith with the
Going
carry.
with a handoff. Nice little slide there to get through the cluttered area, and he'll pick up 7. Cincinnati and Atlanta are tied at 0, and they're tied at 1 in the turnover column as we hit the end of the first quarter. A couple of first downs for the Bengals, 3 first downs for the Falcons, and slightly more time of possession for Cincinnati. Yards are even. between two undefeated teams, and maybe a surprise to be undefeated when you look at that intro and they show the graphic that shows that these are two of the lower rated teams or lower ranking teams in the randomized roster world. And it's a huge run right up the gut, and they will find themselves in Bengals territory as we begin quarter number 2. Look at that frame right there where there's one Bengal defender and he's being blocked pretty well at the time.
You know, after that hit, I'm not sure which hurts worse, Peter, the defender or the defense's eye.
I'd say a little of both on that play, Dan.
All on the 49. I formation.
First down and 10. There we go with the run game, and that's what's working a little bit better here for Atlanta. Maybe take the ball out of Breeze's hand, who seems just so intent on Tim Brown. Tim Brown? Tim Brown. Tim Brown? Other receiver? No, Tim Brown.
All at the 48-yard line.
Take it down to nowhere, baby. Yeah.
Second and 9 from the 48-yard line. And they go with a delayed handoff, and that delayed handoff doesn't go anywhere. They'll knock him back the yard that they gave up the play before, and that sets up a third down and 10.
Third and 10.
Going deep, going deep.
They're going with 4 wideouts.
Maybe double cover Tim Brown. Breeze rolling, throws and finds, a different receiver. It was 18. I don't know if Drew Brees realized that that was not number 81. Instead, he went to Callawell. Oh yeah, Callawell, number 18. That was a good job getting free there. You can see number 27 for some reason trying to bat the ball down, even though he was nowhere near the play. And that's a nice job by Cincinnati, sorry. Nice job by Atlanta to convert a third down and long. I like the little rollout there with Drew Brees. I thought it was going to be like a quarterback rollout, but instead he stopped, popped.
And their tight end to the right. Breeze fades back, throws.
Oh, and he finds Tim Brown on a nice little out route toward the sideline. Nice catch inbounds, and it's first and 10 for the Falcons yet again.
Receiver with ease, Dan. He sees his man and then airs it out for the completion.
Yeah, they are in sync there, able to depend on each other as the play unfolds.
Well, they actually look like Backstreet Boys to me.
I don't follow that. The Falcons are
8 plays, 66-yard drive, taking almost 3 minutes off the clock here as we approach the halfway point of quarter number 2. This Bengals defense just cannot get off the field. That third down felt like such a backbreaker. Oh, they're throwing it again to Tim Brown. There was a defender who was right there, but just a little bit of a bad reaction. Could have at least tipped the ball away. Maybe stolen another pick, but
For some really nice yards.
Tim Brown comes up with a reception, and that'll set up first down and goal as we will see the 2-minute warning. 4 receptions, 48 yards for Tim Brown. It also feels like 4 is not nearly as many as he actually has. That stat seems a little nerfed. I feel like he has about 37 receptions.
All at the 6-yard line.
First and goal from the 6. Bengals with 7 men in the box. They're going to go with a run play, and he's going to be stopped short. I thought he was going to be able to break through after that initial tackle, but they come up and knock him down before he can break the goal line. Break the play into the goal line, that is. It'll be second down and goal. Inches from pay dirt.
Second and goal.
Let's go, D. They can't move on.
They're going with Dion. Brown goes in motion.
So with another run play, excellently defended that time. Broke through the offensive line, and they lose a little bit of ground. Probably about a yard and a half. So 3rd and goal from the 2. They work with a shift. They move the fullback. They're going to try the run again, and Cincinnati with a terrific goal line stand right there. They gave up 5 yards. Got just enough room to make a couple of losses. Number 58, you can see there on the right, just shot through. Wow. That is a fantastic defensive effort. Atlanta more than likely still going to come away with 3 points here, but better than giving up the touchdown by far. Is your face okay, sir? It's like loading. Loading. Kick is up, and the kick is good. Atlanta 3, Cincinnati 0.
Puts in a nice little dinger. Straight and true.
Oh, just as cool as if he was tossing a crumpled piece of paper into a wastebasket. The Falcons draw first blood and put the first points up on the scoreboard, 3-0. Vanderjagt lines up for the kickoff. This is a beauty. He puts it out of the end zone. Great kickoff, and we'll start up at the 20.
So here we go. First down and 10. 1 minute to go here for the Cincinnati Bengals to do something with this drive. See if they can maybe tie it up.
1 minute on the game clock.
They will get the ball first after the break. Mark Brunell drops back, throws over the middle, and he finds a completion just past the 30. It's a nice completion. They are burning some time here. We're going to get a replay.
Right by the defender.
Very good coverage, Peter. Let me ask you, how hard is it to defend against a pass like that?
Oh, it's really hard. He played it right. It's not too good of a throw.
Maybe not in too much of a hurry as they're letting this clock wind down. They would need 40 yards or so. See if maybe a big play can help put them in field goal range. We're going to go with a handoff. Probably a good call to go for the handoff there. Otherwise, he would have been in the backfield with a sack. And this Bengals offense a little more passive than I thought they would be.
Two wide receivers on the field. Brunell drops back. Throws. Incomplete pass.
That was a near disaster. Trying to get back to Wycheck again. Went over the middle, and those linebackers are sitting in a spot that's really giving Brunell trouble. He's just not seeing him. Threw it right over the middle, and had the interception on the previous possession. You see Boyd here with a tackle, or a tip, excuse me, on that last play. Brunell drops back, throws off his back foot, deep bomb. Oh, off the hands of the Cincinnati Bengals receiver, and then batted down. So 3-0 here in Atlanta. Good opportunity here for the Bengals to go in, make some halftime adjustments. They only have 42 total yards. They've given up 94 on the defensive side, or Atlanta has gained 94 on their offensive side. 1 turnover for each side. Tim Brown's your hot at the half player, 4 receptions, 48 yards, 17 after the catch, and along of 15, no fumbles for him.
I'm Clark Dishman with a reminder to tune in to the ESPN post-game show at the conclusion of the game. Let's send it back to Dan and Peter.
Okay, see if Cincinnati can make some adjustments here. They could focus more on the run if they would like to. Defensively, hey, just take Tim Brown out of the play. From the 1 yard line, he'll get up to the 20. He's tackled and flung forward to the 24. And it's 1st and 10.
First down, Bengals.
Close game so far, and even though there's plenty of time left, they'd love to score on this drive.
Ball at the 24-yard line.
You picked the wrong stadium to come to, Joe.
Brunell drops and fires over the middle, finds number 84, who gets tackled a little bit high, but falls forward.
Brunell throws a homing missile on this play. Check this out. Totally
Tackled up near the shoulders there. A little spin move action and falls down for nice play there. First down and 10.
Ball on the 38. They line up with 2 tight ends.
Brunell with a nice job to get out of the tackle. Off, completely threw off the timing of that play, but still a really nice job by Brunell to break out of what would have been a sack. I like the rollout. Both teams willing to do it.
2nd and 10.
But it hasn't really been the Bengals' friend here. 2nd down and 10. Out at the 38-yard line. A little bit of a shift there. And they're going to go with a run on the right side, near side. 3rd down and 3 after the 7-yard gain. A nice play by McAllister.
3 yards to go.
And we'll see what they can do here. Can they convert? Keep this offense on the field.
It's 3rd and about 3.
Don't really want to give it back to a Falcons team, but they haven't really seemed to be able to get off the field here. They did hold them for the field goal, so I guess it's kind of hard to argue. But they've allowed some long drives. McAllister tries to fight through the middle, but it was just too cluttered. And he found 2, but he needed 3 for the first down. It's 4th and 1.
Richardson comes in and will punt it away. It's off.
Was it by Patuka? He played for Cincinnati in the last season. We learned how to say his name. We did it. We're heroes.
You know that this time out they want to punch it into the end zone.
Ball at the 24-yard line.
These are our fans. Give them something to cheer about. Hey,
1st and 10 from the 24-yard line for Atlanta. 3:05 to go here in quarter number 3. They're going to go with a handoff and find some room on that right side. Makes the first man miss and the second man. The third guy can't get him down either. He is off to the races and he'll get pushed out of bounds after a huge run. That is a wow. First guy.
Watch this move here.
24 missed, 27 couldn't get him down, up to the 40, up past the 50, and they'll just like that be inside Bengals territory. Boy, how come you couldn't find that run down by the goal line? Well, they kind of did. They just didn't get it into the end zone, then they lost 4 or 5 yards. So the Falcons in Bengals territory. Breeze throws it, really weird looking. Somebody hit triangle a little too early while the player was looking the complete opposite direction. I got it. Don't you worry.
Oh, exactly, Dan. I couldn't agree more. You know, LeVar Smith came over from the Dolphins where he had back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons. I love this guy's athleticism. Look for great things from him.
2nd down and 5. Breeze drops, throws a little foot pass, and it's going to be jarred loose. I thought that was an easy completion to Brewer. That was going to be a fresh set of downs, no problemo, but really nice timing there on the hit to jar it loose. And it's 3rd down and 5.
It's 3rd and 5.
My DB's going to shut this drive down right now.
Drew Brees drops back, throws, and it's going to be a pass interference penalty. Pass interference on the defense. Only going to be about a 5-yard penalty, but it will be a fresh set of downs, and that is awful. I mean, he was just like, it didn't even look like it was really pass interference. The guy was just like spinning around. It's very weird. First down and 10.
The Falcons get a free first down from the defensive
3.3 penalties a game, 42.6 yards a game.
Gets set after committing
That's
the penalty.
wild.
Smith
Oh,
with
and we have a flag already. Another penalty.
the flag
False start?
on the plate. Let's
A
see
hold?
what it is.
Personal foul, chop block.
Oh, a chop block. That penalty came out immediately.
Brown executes a
Immediately.
wicked block and gets the penalty.
Huh.
Should have just knocked him down the old-fashioned way.
So the Falcons will get knocked back 15 yards.
All at the 47-yard line.
Back it up, baby.
Brown gets set after committing the penalty. Smith will run
Go
it.
with a run right up the middle. Gets
Williams takes the hit.
someone tries to get him by the shoelaces, but he breaks through that fairly easily. He gets forward for 7, right up the middle.
To get through right there, take a look.
Oh, he did it. Yeah, close call, but he pulls through. Excellent run.
Well, they're going to need more than a half-hearted arm tackle to put him down.
Lamar Smith averaging, not averaging, but 11 carries, 63 yards, a lot of yards after the first hit. Second down and 18, under a minute to go. Breeze throws, and he's going to find a receiver who beats the oh my God. This Bengals defense is atrocious. Kind of feels like watching current day Green Bay defenses where you're just like, how are you?
Ooh, nice catch.
It's first and 25, and you look at it and you go, this is where you get off the field. These are the penalties that you need to like take advantage of, the mistakes you need to take advantage of. They give up a huge play on second down at 18. Defender way undercut that route and tried to get to the ball, but was not timed up correctly or in the path at all. And that's going to allow Atlanta to pick up a huge first down inside the 25 as we wind down quarter number 3.
Smith with the
It just feels like Atlanta is pushing all the right buttons at all the right times.
his third this afternoon.
Took this one off his right guard and gets a few.
Second and 6. And that will do it for quarter number 3. 3-0.
It's the end of the third quarter. The Falcons.
It's been the most
currently enjoying a
competitive
slight
game on the
advantage,
scoreboard.
but
However,
it's
Atlanta has felt like the
3-0.
dominant team here. Cincinnati's, absolutely disastrous turnover.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Keep your eyes open. Don't give him an inch.
They're going with a split backfield.
Pitch to the outside. Takes a couple of guys to get him down, but they'll drag him down 2 yards short of the line to gain.
It's 3rd and 2.
Fill in the gap. They ain't going nowhere. Throw. Double tight.
And with a handoff, Smith finds room right up the middle. And that is another conversion for a first down.
First down.
Lamar Smith makes a no-frills run here, but I like that. He knows his job, and his job is getting the first down. And that's the first.
Gotta move those markers, Peter. Good play. The Falcons racked up their 4th first down on this drive. They're moving the ball very well. Tight end is lined up on the right side.
Breeze, short pass or short drop and a quick pass. That's going to go to the end zone for 6. The Cincinnati defense had 0 answers for this drive. every play that Atlanta called was the perfect play to call against this team.
A great catch.
Equals 6 points, and that's really great.
They overcame a 15-yard clipping penalty. Man. Cincinnati, how are you 2-0?
Vanderjagt will line up for the point after. There's the kick.
Kick is up, kick is good. And with 4 minutes to go, Cincinnati's going to need to get something rolling offensively. They cannot possibly allow this Atlanta offense back on the field. 9-play, 76-yard drive. 4 minutes.
Vanderjagt is back to kick it away. Got all of his leg behind this one. Gary fields it.
Way deep, 9 yards deep in the end zone. 1st and 10 from the 20.
They're down, but the game's not over yet. They can't waste any time, and above all, they really need to score.
Ball at the 20-yard line. Wycheck in motion.
Brunell dropping back, throwing over the middle, and it was nearly intercepted. These middle linebackers are putting themselves in such good positions. It's really confused Mark Brunell here, apparently, because he just keeps throwing right to them. The third pass that we have seen really nicely undercut by an Atlanta linebacker. 2nd down and 10. Brunell drops, throws, and it's intercepted. Intercepted. The Bengals are going to... Oh, my goodness. How in the world did this team win 2 games? I mean, they just look absolutely anemic on defense.
And then steals a bunch of yardage to boot, Dan.
And offensively, I mean, it's just a terrible throw. It's underthrown. Looking for Gerard Dyson. And Webster's the only guy who's going to get that ball.
He just keeps going. What a play. You gotta love
So
it.
just like that,
Well,
1st
Dan,
and
it's
goal.
time to use the clock. They can wrap this game up if they take their time.
It's 1st and
And
goal.
3 dominant teams we'll have to keep our eye on as this season continues to move. Arizona looked good against San Diego. Kansas City looked probably the best. And the Atlanta Falcons are doing a nice job. And just like, wow, immediately into the end zone.
Dan, watch this play unfold. These guys are so talented. It's really just amazing to sit back and watch them take care of business. Oh, and I'll tell you what, he takes care of business throughout this play. Makes me want to hit the gym again and maybe, get back down there on the field.
Vanderjagt lines up for the point after.
16-0 with the extra point pending. God. Cincinnati, are you a team worth watching? You were pretty bad in the last season. I avoided the absolute... you as an absolute plague last year. Or in season 5. I think we had you one time late in the season. Where are you? ESPN... NFL prime time?
Good kick.
Yeah, we had the Bengals as late as week 16. But I avoided them if at all possible. They were awful on offense. I think they lost 9 of their last 10 games or something like that last season. And they're going to fall in this one unless they can somehow manage to pull their heads out of their butts offensively.
All at the 36-yard line. They line up in the eye. Brunell drops back. Throws. Great catch by the 8-year man out of Virginia Tech. Ball on the 46.
Brunell rolls, fires, finds a receiver, and apparently I need to work on the tags for a video. And that's when Mark Brunell figures out, oh, they got to throw a football here. think maybe that's what you're looking for. Is just some of these teams seem like they do a much better job when you don't make them think, right? Like, and it's not that they're dumb or anything. It's just it's the thing where you take everything out of your brain, you throw it away, and you go one play now, go. It works for me. I remember when I would do the Cougars series way back in the day, where I would play NCAA football 2014 or whatever it was, and I would play as the Cougars, and I would do so much better when I would just run a hurry-up offense, because I'm not worrying about the previous play. I'm just flushing it from my memory immediately and just going with what feels good, like just that gut reaction every single time. And that worked for Cincinnati as they drove down the field unbelievably quickly, like shockingly effectively.
Two defenders on the prowl. That was a tough throw to make, Peter, but he pegged him for 6.
And they are able to put 6 on the board, make it at least a competitive score. They're the only team who won't get shut out today, should they lose. I guess whoever loses will be the only team that did not get shut out.
It's away. The extra point, good. The Bengals take advantage of an important drive, but they still need more. They trail 17-7.
Six plays, 64-yard drive. I think the most effective drive we've seen all day, time-wise. And they are unable to get the onside kick. Not really all that surprising. I mean, I don't even think you need the onside kick there. It kind of makes sense because Cincinnati's defense hasn't been very good today, so maybe that's the answer. But you're still down 10, so field position is important. See, maybe they can get something going defensively. Stop after just a gain of 3. They'll work this likely down to the 2-minute warning. If I'm Cincinnati, I hold on to all my timeouts. I think maybe burn 2. Or maybe do you burn 3 before the 2-minute warning? Use that to your advantage. You'd be relying solely on the onside kick. You also could have played better throughout the rest of the game. Viable strategy.
They go with the I formation.
There you go to the pitch. That's a terrific defensive play right there. That's where you take a timeout. You drop them for a loss of 5. 3rd down and 10.
Chidi Ahanotu delivers a key stop behind the line of scrimmage that stops the play cold. Let's go to the tape. Right there, a key stop.
He's really dangerous out there, I gotta tell you. Quick enough to get past the line and then tough enough to bring down his man. It's now 3rd and 12.
You worried about this play? You got a long way to go, baby. All right,
3rd down and 12. Going with another handoff. And they'll give up the 5. The weird +3, -5, +5. And it's 4th down and 7. Cincinnati will be down to 1 timeout. Atlanta. Ooh, they're going to go for the field goal here. This is a big call on Atlanta's. It's like a 53-yarder. The kick is up. And it's no good. No good. So Cincinnati's going to get a big break here. I think in that case, in that scenario, I mean, I know you want to make them score 2 touchdowns, but I think you pin them deep. They only have 1 timeout left. And they're going to take over at the 44-yard line.
They will need to score very,
So what,
very
54-yard field goal then?
1 minute, 47 seconds to go.
Brunel throwing toward the outside. Nice job to get out of bounds after a big gain. There's going to be an injury in the secondary for the Atlanta Falcons. No. Oh, come on. No, you made no signal. Pause the game. Oh, God dang it. These stupid cords. The stupid cords. What? Okay, all right. Why'd you take so long to get? I had to get all the way. Ugh, you friggin' pain. Okay, I didn't move anything that time. Okay, 1st and 10. Sorry about that. 2 picks thrown by Mark Brunel. 10 for 18 with 131 yards through the air. They're in Falcons territory. You can't take a sack right there. They'll take their 3rd and final timeout. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it. They only rushed 3.
Did a great job rushing the offense there. Never laid a glove on him.
Oh no, they brought a, okay. Never mind. They brought 5. They brought 2 from the second level that I wasn't anticipating. And Brunel wasn't either. He looked like he was going to get rid of it to go over the middle there. That's all right. Timeout to take. It's their 3rd and final timeout, so 98 seconds.
It's now 2nd and 16. I formation.
Brunel rolls, fires, finds a receiver. He'll work his way up to the 33. Sylvester Morris, 3 receptions, 41 yards. Brunel over the middle, finds a receiver, and then I'm sure they'll be more than willing to give those little underneath passes, the completions. Throw toward the sideline, gotta get out of bounds, but it's a nice completion for a 1st and 10. Brunel piling up the yards here late in this one. Brunel again over the middle. That's not the throw you want. 2nd down and 5. But quickly they go to the line. Gotta go end zone. Gotta go end zone. It's gonna be pass interference. It tipped and almost caught.
Webster had to leave the game due to an injury, and now we know the extent of that injury. Michelle Westfall has the full details. Michelle?
The team doctor said that he's suffering from a minor shoulder dislocation.
Ooh, a
They
minor
popped it
shoulder
back into place,
dislocation.
and there's a small chance that he will be able to return to this game.
Michelle, thanks for the report.
God.
Sit down.
Yeah, your shoulder was dislocated minorly. The Atlanta defense is falling apart here in this 4th quarter. They're going to get bailed out probably by the fact that the Bengals are not going to recover the onside kick. And they're out of timeouts, but they did give up 14 points in this final quarter. Where has this Bengals offense been, by the way, throughout the other 3 quarters?
Ritchie lines up for the point after. It's up. The extra point is good.
The extra point is up. The extra point is good. And we will go to another onside kick. Bengals out of timeout, so if Atlanta recovers, that will be game over. Cincinnati did do a good job to make it interesting. 7-play, 56-yard drive. Took 56 seconds off the clock. They're not going to kick this deep, are they?
There's the kick. Batuka will field it.
First down, Falcons.
And the most important drive of the game here. If they get a 1st down and control the clock, hey, they could walk away with this one.
The clock reads 46.
They didn't even try for the onside kick. They don't have any timeouts.
He'll take a knee, and the clock will wind down.
What? So, why wouldn't you kick it deep the first time? Who was it? San Diego? You might have been bailed out for dumbest decision of the video. Most nonsensical string of decisions in a video. That is unreal that they did that. You have to kick the... whatever. All right, well, Cincinnati made it interesting, but they were not great for most of that game. The defense really let them down. The 2 interceptions obviously didn't help, especially setting them up with a 1st and goal as that second pick was run back deep into Bengals territory, and then they immediately gave up the touchdown. 17-14. Otherwise, I mean, you swing 4 points, maybe the Bengals pull out a 14-13 victory, but that's not what happened. They lost. 17-14. We'll take a look at this, the post-game report. I am befuddled. I am baffled. What in the bleepin' bleeper happened?
The Falcons completely arrested
What?
the ground game today. Just look at the statistics. Their front four manhandled the line of scrimmage and was a big part in the win. Lamar Smith,
your player of the game.
And 1 touchdown. He will get
86 yards on 18 carries. 39 after the first hit. No fumbles. And a touchdown. So let's get your scores and your standings updates. I'm not going to play the other one. It got copyright dinged last time, so we'll give you the scores right here. Vikings beat the Panthers 20-16. The Titans fell to the Browns 26-13. Cowboys, they got absolutely spanked by the Eagles 35-17. The Colts beat the Texans 30-19. Chiefs all over the Patriots 20-0. Bears beat the Saints 24-13. Jets beat the Dolphins 20-6. Broncos over the Bills 22-12. Cardinals 10-zip blanking the Chargers. The Packers beat up on the Lions. That's what you want to see. 20-6. Giants over the Seahawks 21-13. 49ers winners by 3. 26-23 at home over Washington. The Falcons win by a field goal, though it was 17-0, as you saw. And then the Buccaneers beat the Rams by 1, 17-16. So, moving on, week number 4 is what we're looking at. We'll find some matchups for you. Let's get the team standings. Lions are 0-3 in the NFC North. Everybody else is 2-1. Eagles and Giants are both 2-1. The Cowboys are 1-2. Washington 0-3. Falcons are 3-0 in the South after the victory over the Cincinnati Bengals. The Panthers 2-1. The Buccaneers and Saints both 1-2. Cardinals, they are 3-0 after their win today. The 49ers, Rams are 2-1, and the Seahawks dropped to 1-2. On the AFC side of things, everybody has, well, not everybody. Steelers, Browns, and Bengals all have 2 wins, but the Steelers did not play in week number 3, so they remain undefeated. The Browns and Bengals dropped games today. The Ravens are 1-1. The East of the AFC is entirely 1-2. Cool. Great. The AFC South has the Titans and the Colts on top at 2-1. Jaguars are 1-1, and the Texans are 0-3. The Chiefs are 2-1 in the West, with the Chargers and Broncos 1-2. The Raiders are 0-2. So there you have it. That's all your that's your stats, your standings, or your scores in your standings. So thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. Pretty efficient games and some really dominating performances by the teams that won today. The Falcons games obviously looks closer than it was. The Bengals, I don't know. I don't get it. There were 3 quarters they looked like just awful. And then the last quarter they looked pretty good, but then just made the most baffling decision to not onside kick the ball. We keep an eye on Kansas City. They looked fantastic today. Arizona looked pretty good. They used their defense a little bit more to get a couple of picks, even if it didn't register correctly at the end of the game. We'll be back next, or I'll be back next week with more NFL action for you. 7 a.m. Pacific time is when these are going to post. I moved it back an hour. Hopefully that'll bring more people in. Ideally, and I'm sure I'll talk about this in a different video, at 6 a.m. you wake up, hey, there's a video for me. But if I push it back a little bit, maybe, it'll pick up some viewership. So it's kind of the goal. Obviously, you want people to watch stuff early so it gets in the algorithms and all that stuff. So If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, subscribe, ring the bell. You'll be notified when I post new videos. Right over me is where you can subscribe when I'm done talking. You can check out the rest of the playlists on that side of the screen. The rest of the playlist, and then you can check out Mariners baseball video we'll be posting tonight at 6 p.m. Pacific time, but you can catch up there or the other couple videos down there for NFL 2K3. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you another day in a different video. Good night and good sports.